Hello my gorgeous peopleini, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are for the all 12 signs of the actual zodiac. So it's going to be in between the 29th of March and the 5th of April 2022. So this weekly horoscope tarot card reading, it's going to be for the whole 12 signs of the zodiac, and it's going to be in between the 29th of March and the 5th of April. And of course that these readings are going to be individually time-stamped, which means that you can very simply find your sign by scrolling at the bottom of the screen, or you can just find your sign within the actual description box, and you can click on the actual time next to your sign, and you can get to your sign in that way as well. I'm going to start with my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Aries. This is going to be quite interesting time for you indeed, because you are yourself going to become aware of two important choices, but it is going to pretty much it's going to be down to you. The choice number one is whether you want to be negative, whether you want to be sad, whether you want to bring yourself down with the same situation that you're going to be facing, or the option number two is basically just to just go forward by thinking about the next step and the next stage of your life. Focus on your planning, and you need to understand that as soon as you focus on the planning, as soon as you get this energy going, you're gonna pick up your personal vibration like literally instantly. And what is this? So it's down to you which path you're going to choose, and this is going to be absolutely obvious to completely ignore the negativity and sadness or anything negative like as much as you possibly can. Okay, so what else is actually going to happen, like with the power of your own planning, you're just going to increase your energy, but at the same time something really great and something really amazing it's actually going to happen to you. So you must give a credit to yourself, my gorgeous Aries, whatsoever. It is important. So the way out, it's going to happen for you. It's going to manifest for you out of like so much negativity. It's going to come in a form of you just starting the process about the actual future planning. So how do you do that? Well, just think about things that make you feel good, that make you feel happy about your future, about your life. What would you like to achieve? What would you like to do? What do you feel like it's your internal calling? It's important. And at the same time, at that moment in time, something is going to shift within you, and you're going to realize that the massive problem that you had before the end of the week, it's actually it's going to surprise you what is going to happen, because you will realize, but in a very interesting way, that the whole this time you had the answer within you. And this is when things are going to become very, very interesting indeed, because you are also going to release your spirit. You're going to set your spirit free. You're going to set your soul free. It's exactly what you should be doing at this moment in time. And that even more so is by the end of the week going to show you, going to make you aware the part of your life that came to an end. This continues. You have to cut something out. It's to do with pretty much so with the things that you were kind of paying attention to and watching and trying to kind of absorb, but it was connected to so much negativity. You will know what this is by the actual amount of negativity that you managed picked up just by looking at something or just by watching something and things like that. So in itself, it's going to show you which part of your life is going to come to an end, and you're gonna feel this very strongly, because somehow by this moment in time you will learn something really special and something really powerful about yourself, and how powerful you can actually be as more as you kind of really pay attention to those things that only make sense to you in terms of your internal development, but also when it comes to the actual future planning. This is going to be brilliant, and it's actually going to feel really, really good as well. So you will have this opportunity to literally kind of establish and cut out the part of your life that is just draining you unnecessarily. And the more you allow this part of your life to drain you unnecessarily, the longer it's going to affect, things when it comes to your own pleasure, for example. So this is why this is going to be quite important. So now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. Oracle card of the week for you, my gorgeous Aries. oracle card of the week is Gateway. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The new portal, it's about to open. The new gateway, it's about to open. The new path, it's about to open. And before that happens, you will be able to establish which part of your life was draining your energy for absolutely nothing. So this is gonna be good, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. So now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurus. My gorgeous Taurinis, you know, you are going to kind of feel something really, really strong, really powerful. You're not even going to be able to explain exactly what you feel, but the energy-wise, you're going to feel super rejuvenated, like from the beginning of this week. And that in itself, it's also kind of the energies are going to contribute towards you kind of even feeling even more towards the specific path. You're going to feel like such strong feelings and strong emotions within, and then suddenly you're going to be drawn to explore something, to throw yourself into towards a certain opportunity. And this is when things are going to become very interesting for you, because it's going to kind of like really highlight the certain inspiration. And the certain inspiration, it's also at that moment in time also going to plant an important spiritual seed. My gorgeous Taurinis, I really hope you understand this is an important time of the actual year for you. And I say an important time of the year, okay? You know why? Because that particular you are going to plant a spiritual seed at the same time. You're going to begin the certain process at the same time. You're going to give a birth to something at the same time. What you're going to give a birth to, it's literally going to change your life. So it's all going to start with you at the beginning of the week feeling very internally like towards something, oh my god, like very kind of, you're going to feel picked up, but you will know that this is coming from somewhere sacred. And you're also going to be like that pick up energy. It's also going to be very beautifully direct you, like you suddenly going to feel like, oh my god, I'm so inspired, like you will see something. It's all like the power of connection, reconnection, and us allowing this energy to come through and guide us forward. You see, this is what is going to happen. You're just naturally, subconsciously going to be guided by this energy, and that energy is going to make it to explore something. And once you start exploring this is also at the same time going to become some kind of very important inspiration. Something is going to inspire you. And this is so good, and this is so brilliant because of two things. On one hand, you know, you will know exactly what you're going to do, what the next step is going to be. But then on another hand, you know, it is just all about the also like a kind of a feeling that you are doing something, like the feeling that you are doing something really kind of a good, which is going to reawaken you in so many different ways. But it's also going to really at the same time going to show you your own strength. It's going to show you your own power through your own courage, because the more you think about this inspiration that I'm talking about, this is to do with the new start, it's to do with the new beginning. And even if you don't know what this is, you know, even if you're not aware of this new beginning, but just remember that it's to do with that inspiration. It's to do with the inspiration that you are going to have this week. My gorgeous Taurinis, at around the midweek, it's going to be your answer at the same time. And even more so by the end of the week, you will know what this is because of the feelings, because of the emotion. You're going to feel like Radha Vava Vumish, baby, indeed. And I like it because it's going to remind you of the part of your life how things used to be, type of things. And that is also going to highlight the specific things that you want to bring into this present moment that you are still holding in the past. But on another hand, you know, by the end of the week, through your own inspiration, you're also going to plant a spiritual seed, which means that you're giving a birth to something really important, because that inspiration is literally going to change your life. And this is only the beginning of, there is going to be the next stage, which is going to explode literally at around November and December 2022. But this is only the beginning. And also, you know, by the end of the week, by you feeling like really re-energized, but you feeling really courageous, you know, this is the time of you also kind of getting like how powerful you are, how strong you are. And these feelings and emotions are going to be undeniable, because it's all going to lead towards you feeling really, really determined by the end of the week. So all these feelings and emotions are going to be guiding you as well along your path, along your journey, because something very important is going to start here. Just remember, you are about to give the birth to something like, oh my lord, you know, to something very, very special indeed, which is going to last forever, and it's going to change your life in the best possible way. So now, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. My gorgeous Taurinis, what is going to be an oracle card? Oh my God, enlightenment, surprise. This doesn't surprise me at all, and it means that you will want to kind of more out of life. On one hand, you will question quite a lot, you know, why did you allow certain energy to kind of mess with that vibration? But then it doesn't really matter. The more you kind of like question certain things within yourself, that means that you are more spiritually awakened, you know, enlightened, because also on another hand, you are gonna become aware of something really ludicrous and something really crazy on the outside, something that hasn't got anything to do with your life, and you're gonna be really proud with yourself, like how powerful you are, and you could realize this and you realize this type of thing. So there is going to be very powerful sign that you are also having your own enlightenment this week, and it doesn't really surprise me at all when you have a brand new gateway opening here. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. Oh my lordy lord, you're all gonna be like about, oh my God, you're reaching the stage of your life when you're just getting so bored now. You're getting like, oh, you've been slowed down, you know, and you don't like being slowed down. And now something really wonderful is actually going to happen to you at the beginning of this week, because suddenly, you know, you're going to hear the certain information, certain message, and you're going to like this so much. It's going to open your eyes. It's going to make you feel so much better about yourself, but it is going to have a really wonderful impact and influence on you, because that information and message is really going to be like your guiding little light, my darling, and it's just almost immediately going to put you on the path to make a big change. You will be focusing on a big change. What big change? What big change? Well, big change when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment. This change is going to affect your immediate home more than anything else in the best possible way, because now you're also reaching a really sacred time when you will be able to do the move, you know, that you wanted to do for a while. On another hand, you know, the actual communication with other people is very important this week. You opening yourself up is very important this week. Working with others and communicating with others, it's very, my lord, super important this week. Delegating with other people, it's super important this week. Above all, involving other people in your life, it's gonna be super important this week. If you think like maybe, oh, whether I should do something by myself or whether I should involve other people, no baby, no. It is the time to involve other people in your life as much as you can, because the more you involve other people into your life this week, the more you're gonna find out about your life, the more you're gonna find out about yourself, and most importantly, the project that you're going to be currently working on, it's going to be like a super successful, because other people are also going to be playing like an important role when it comes to like you doing things, you trying to achieve things, but also you're finding out quite a lot, rather a lot, through other people at the same time as well. So this is important, because you know what I mean, because it's like I'm kind of going to open your eyes, and you will see by the end of the week, like you thought that you were just kind of maybe unsuccessful with a certain part of your life, but now you are going to have this very powerful and strong glimpse through the people in your life by the end of the week that you are doing really well, you are doing really great, you are on the right path most certainly, and where you are right now, what you're doing right now, what you're focusing on right now, it's going to bring you really amazing success into your life. I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous Gemini, because I know that you've been waiting for it, and I know that how much this is going to affect your life as well. This is absolutely brilliant. And also just pay attention to the little opportunity by the end of around the end of the week. There is also going to be like a very, very interesting opportunity. It's again going to seem something really like a really tiny and really insignificant. My lord, no baby, no, it is not going to be tiny, it is not going to be significant, it is going to be giant mama who is gonna come up. So through this, so this is what you need to understand. It's going to be something tiny, but it's going to grow into giant mama, big big mama indeed, but that little opportunity is just something that you need to kind of like bring onto the current path where you are at now. So it's only like going to be playing like a really tiny little part, but then again, my goodness, it's just gonna like really turn into something massive. So just pay attention to this because it's important. So it's to do with your current path, but there is a little element that it's just gonna start shining rather brightly at around the end of the week that you're gonna need to kind of bring onto your path. But beforehand, it is gonna be a bit of a learning experience that you will feel like, oh my God, I'm meant to be here this time in your life. And you're absolutely right, because there is so much that you're actually gonna gain through this experience. So just do not forget this, that when the little opportunity comes back at the end of the week, it's also gonna seem like, oh, you can have this later, you can do this later. No, baby, no. This is all part of the challenge. It's a challenge, and it's literally going to be down to you to notice this indeed. So now, my gorgeous Gemini, I'm just going to shuffle this oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card for this week. So now I'm just gonna see what is going to be an oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Gemini. Oracle card for Gemini, let's see. Oh, Gemini, embracing. This is like, you know, it's just like you're going to be facing the situation that you should have been facing for an absolute ages. And you will know which situation I'm talking about. It's going to be brilliant. You're going to be facing the situation that is going to happen out of the blue, and it's going to surprise you, you know, and it's going to surprise you, and it's to do with a certain timing. So something is going to unfold and develop quite quickly and quite soon, but you're also going to sooner than you think. And this is because you will realize, you know, why this happened. It's purely because you've learned something really insignificant over the last 12 weeks indeed. What you have learned, now you will be able to take into an effect when it comes to you kind of facing this situation, and you will be able to embrace it. You're gonna embrace one of the most powerful parts of your life, because also you're gonna find yourself like being rather indecisive. And maybe somebody who's like very close to you will want you to kind of like respond in their own way, but you have to remember the way to live this life is like you have to like use your own head. I'm not saying you're not using your own head, but you need to go through things in life by yourself, by making your own decisions, and by following that vibration. So even if you make a wrong decision, sometimes, you know, you are the one who learns this on the spiritual path, and later you make the most of it when you reflect on your life. You get the most of it. So you will be embracing a very, very important part of your life, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed, because you will know that very soon there is a quite important message that you are going to get out of it, you know, and this is going to really, you know, kind of make you aware of something very, very special indeed. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini, my gorgeous Cancer. It's like a basically, this is absolutely brilliant. You know, you're going to realize at the beginning of this week, you know, there is going to be the situation that is going to kind of test your patience. It's going to be the situation that is going to test your nerves. It's going to be the situation that is going to test you like a little bit, because on one hand, you're going to feel like a really bit agitated, but then on another hand, you're going to feel a little bit nervous. On another hand, you're going to feel a little bit confused, but then again, it's all going to boil down towards you kind of like really responding to this. So responding to this, the way you respond to this situation is going to be superb. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be fantastic, because at the same time, you know, you're putting your foot down, but at the same time, you're putting your foot down because you are having enough of this current situation whatsoever. This is so important because a few different things. On one hand, you know, you are going to realize how powerful you are, and something is also going to surprise you how easy it was actually to deal feel in this particular way, and what you need to do is just respond the way you want to respond. You need to put your foot down, and this is exactly what you're going to do. And by putting your foot down, you're going to recognize how powerful you are, that this didn't affect you how you thought that it's actually going to affect you, and then you're going to realize so much more. You're going to realize a bigger picture. You're going to realize the view above, okay? So that is the time when things are going to become crystal clear. But most importantly, it's not only about you realizing how powerful you are, but it's at the same time, it's about the strength, it's about the confidence, and it's about the self-esteem, but most importantly, the determination that it's actually going to come out of it. Determination is exactly what I'm talking about, because that determination is also going to make you realize, that for a long time you kind of knew something what you know now, but you just needed a bit more like a kind of energy, positive energy, optimistic energy. You needed this energy which would kind of shower you with the confidence in order to make the next step. Maybe you didn't even realize this up until this moment in time. However, this determination is just gonna really help you to become one of the greatest winners. This is brilliant, because you are gonna start the process here, and the process, the way you're gonna start, is just gonna make you like a winner, literally, when it comes to the specific aspect of your life that you have been struggling with so far. And you're going to be the winner, because you will know, and you're going to realize it around the midweek through your own determination and through your own strength, that all this time you knew something. There was a very important answer within. And this is not about timing and this and that, but it's just all about knowing and all about realizing the power of your own essence and the power of your own intuition, how strong it is. So something is going to be pretty much confirmed here to you. But most importantly, you will see that, it's to do with the part of your life that you just kind of over the last year, you just felt like way too frequently, too restrained. So now you will know that there is a very, very important opportunity gonna come up by the end of the week here, which is also gonna give you the chance to kind of release this negativity and start floating towards this wonderful direction where you are about to set your spirit free, set your soul free. And this is only what you're gonna do. It's gonna happen when you make the necessary move, the next step, the big next step you are about to make here, which is absolutely brilliant. And the big next step is going to come in the form of the actual opportunity. Only about a few weeks ago, you would be like, no, baby, no, I'm not ready. But now you will know why you have been prepared for so long. This opportunity will be very important for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and you will see exactly what I mean, because it's something to do with you. It's to do with you loving to, it's to do with you expressing yourself in a certain way. It's what you do. It's to do with your passion. So this is going to be speaking on so many different levels, and you will know indeed what I'm talking about. And also, you are gonna do you're gonna have the actual, I can see that you will give something to someone, and someone is maybe struggling around you. Someone is not in a really good place around you, and somebody is maybe financially it's not really doing that great. Somebody needs your help, and I can see that you are going to be able to establish who this is. And please, I'm telling you this not only because karmically this is going to get back to you, but obviously if you can help to someone, just try to help them, because it looks like someone, you're going to become aware of someone needing your help this week, and that it's showing in this card right now at this moment in time. It's only because exactly within the next 7 days after that, there is a very interesting spiritual gift that you are going to get, that you are going to gain through this. Now, I'm not saying to you to just go and help the people, just because you're going to get a karmic reward. No, baby, no. You're only going to see this. You're only going to be aware of it. You're only going to notice this if this is on your spiritual path, and when this is obviously on your spiritual path, so it's going to feel different. It's going to come from somewhere completely different, and it's to do with some kind of challenge that you're at the same time going to have, because you're going to understand something so special and so powerful about yourself, what you should understand at this moment in time. So just pay attention to the very interesting unfoldment which is going to take place exactly 7 days after you show your good heart. This this is going to get back to you 1,000,000 times. And why I say this, you will see, because first of all, it's going to be connected to an important message, and then it's going to be connected to an important conversation, and then it's going to be connected to an opportunity of your lifetime. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancerini, what is your oracle card of the week? What is your oracle card of the week? Abundance. You see what I mean? This is exactly what I'm talking about. You take this as a God's gift, take this as a God's blessing, because it's about what is on your current path. What are you working on? What would you like to achieve? What would you like to make happen? It's going to bring an abundance into your life when it comes to your finances and when it comes to your security. So this is indeed very important. The path that you're currently on, just keep going and keep going and keep going, and be as persisting as you possibly can, because it's going to bring you the abundance into your life. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leo. Sorry. My gorgeous Leon is like, oh my God, you know, I like this so much, because it's like tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. You've just been waiting for this, you know, you've been waiting for this moment in time, because your balance was affected, because things didn't kind of happen as quick as you wanted them to happen over the last 12 months, and this just affected you. It affected your way of thinking, it affected your way of planning, but also it got you a little bit worried, you know, whether you did the right thing with the little change that you made in your life over the last over the last couple of months, within the last 2 or 3 months. This is when this change took into an effect. But way before that, quite a while before that, you knew that you're gonna do this type of thing, so you were preparing for this really mentally for quite a while. But only like a couple of months ago, you started this process, you know, you started something. It's to do with an important beginning, but you're just still worried, like, oh my, it's still fresh, it's still new, the new path that you kind of started on. So it's basically now you are going to have you're gonna have a really important news here, and that news is gonna mean to you so much at the beginning of the week, because it's going to make you aware, like tick tock, you've been waiting for this, you know. It's like some kind of news that is also at the same time be like some kind of praise, some kind of sign that you are going to have a success. This is going to mean to you so much, because it's more like a sign that you're going to be successful and going to have a success in your life more than absolutely ever. And this is so important, because at the same time, you know, you're just going to know that, you know, you're going to feel like a very strong justice about this, because you've put so much energy towards it, and this is going to be so personal to you, and it's going to be speaking to you in so many different ways. So I really like this. So very important message, very important sign, very important indication that what you just started not that long ago, it's actually going to become a very great and really brilliant and really successful part of your life. But even more so, it was the right thing to do, because this in itself, it's about to change your life in so many ways. It's about to change your lifestyle in the best possible way. It's about to change your life financially in the best possible way. It's about to change your future in the best possible way. Now at this moment in time, this is gonna just be such a powerful time, because it's also going to increase your energy almost immediately, and it is gonna kind of like set you on the path. It's gonna make you brave, it's gonna make you strong, it's gonna make you powerful, it's gonna make you very, very determined. This is the time when your own determination, it's going to become like absolutely huge, big mama, but your own determination is just gonna take over. Do you know what? When our own determination takes over, we become so powerful, we become so strong. In fact, we become absolutely unstoppable, and that in itself, it's pretty much so really just gently going to highlight the path that you are on, that it's going to be mind-blowing. But this in itself, my gorgeous Leonis, it's only the beginning. What you also need to remember, you know, before I go there, it's just like, you know, the importance of having the right path highlighted right in front of us, illuminated. This just basically changes so much and almost immediately increases our planning, our psychic planning, you know, our psychic feelings, our intuition. It's just so much that becomes obvious to us without even realizing how much is actually obvious, when we can connect and reconnect to ourselves in such a way, from such a high angle, when the near future becomes like a very vivid, but we still can't kind of see it, but it's very vivid in terms of energy. So this is the vibration that you're gonna be following. And at the same time, you know what else I was going to say, that at the time when you kind of become aware of that, like kind of like your own kind of little justice TikTok, you know, just remember that at a similar time, you're also gonna, as soon as you become aware of that personal justice, for example, at that moment in time, it's a similar time, there is some kind of advice that you are going to become aware of. So this is going to be so probably more important advice than you could actually possibly imagine. So this is going to be very important. So this is something that I didn't want to forget. And then on another hand, by the end of the week, it's very important, in order to take this on the next step, communication is so important. You're going to be around people who are probably going to, or your task is going to be a bit of a personal task, to speak to like a people who you don't want to speak to. And this is very highlighted, that, you know, the direct communication is absolutely super important. You need to put a certain point across at around the end of the week. You need to put your foot down. Direct communication is the key. Just remember this. And that means that you're going to find something really challenging. So you're going to be surrounded by the people who are very heavy and very difficult in energy. So that is your way out. Just direct communication, just to remind you that sometimes certain people kind of, without even us realizing, they make us to speak in the way that they want us to speak, just with their negative energy, what they can cause in our life. And to actually come on top of that is just stay true to yourself, but also at the same time put your foot down. Do not let anyone to take an advantage of you whatsoever. So now, my gorgeous Leonie, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. My gorgeous Leonie, what is going to be your oracle card of the week? Oh, pleasure. You're going to start to feel pleasure. On one hand, you're going to start to feel pleasure. You're going to start to feel contentment. You're going to start to feel excitement, you know. And this is pretty much so to do with the path that you're currently on, because something just happened not that long ago and it affected you. It made you feel really worried. So now this adjustment that I'm talking about, that you will have at the beginning of the week, this adjustment, it's also like kind of going to bring that pleasure into your life. But then on another hand, what this also means, that you are going to see something really kind of like a significant this week, and it's going to give you an idea. And what you're going to see, you will know what am I talking about. It's to do with a certain lifestyle, but it's also to do with you wanting to like kind of live in that particular way. It's to do with a certain pleasure, you know, it's to do with a certain idea. So it's pretty much so. This is something that, you know, you should not allow yourself to have, or not allow yourself to do, or not allow to be the part of your life. It's very important, because it will bring you most certainly pleasure into your life. So before I do my gorgeous Virgolini, I will be just 1 second. I forgot to take water. I will be 1 second. My gorgeous Virgolini, I love you so much. Do you know what? This week, most certainly and most importantly, it's about to change every single aspect of your life. You are about to get that ball going. You know, you're about to get that ball rolling, my gorgeous Virgolini, from the beginning of the week. You know, you're gonna feel the passion. You're gonna feel the energy. You're gonna feel that vavavoom-ish vibration that I'm talking about, and it's all going going to start with that particular moment in time when you pick up the phone, you answer the phone call, or you read a text message, and what the text message or a phone call is going to say, or a message in general is going to say, is just going to really re-energize you like there is no tomorrow. It is an aspect of your life that is going to be absolutely obvious to you, that this aspect of your life, it's something that you should be doing, something that you should be kind of like using in your life, something that you should be following. It is the path that you should be on, because it's going to reawaken you in so many different ways. This path that I'm talking about, it's a very good news that you are going to have, and it's to do with the process in your life that got stuck in the moment. So now this news, it's really nicely and beautifully going to make you aware of your life moving on, and that in itself is going to point out exactly what you should be doing right now, what you should be following on. So just pay attention, my gorgeous Virgolini, because this is going to become absolutely obvious at the beginning of this week whatsoever. It's to do with the passion. It's to do with you really living your life the way you want to live. It's to do with you expressing yourself the way you want to express. It's to do with you living free. It's to do with your spirit living the way you want to live. It's to do with your soul wanting to live and be the way you want to be, because it's just going to really increase the fire within. It's going to increase that passion within. This is so important to actually mention, because that passion, it's going to be a sign. That fire is going to be a sign, because suddenly you're also going to become aware of some kind of wrongdoings, nothing to do with you or your life, but it's to do with somebody else, somebody who wanted to maybe take an advantage of you. Now again, it's going to be so much highlighted, and normally it would get worried and it would just kind of drain your energy, because you would think, oh my god, people can be so horrible and selfish and they can think about themselves. But then again, at the same time, this is to do with a certain aspect of your life, the certain process that started a while back, and maybe somebody was kind of a little bit lying to you in order to kind of not make you aware of other things or other aspects what these other people were doing, and they were trying to kind of they weren't completely open to you. So that means they were trying to take an advantage of you. So this is going to become aware of, and you're going to become aware of. And now normally it would a little bit scare you, but then again, at the same time, now you're just going to feel so passionate, because you will know something that you didn't know before. So that in itself, it's going to really kind of bring that element that is also going to give you so much confidence, and make you aware that you're most certain, and most importantly, you're doing the right thing. Just remember, my gorgeous Virgolini, the beginning of this week, it's going to bring you really huge answer when it comes to an important passion in your life. What passion you should be following. This is to do with your own internal calling, but at this moment in time, this is going to bring an absolutely massive, enormous, giant change when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment, when it comes to things around you. Then in the near future, this is going to change absolutely everything, but this is only the beginning. You're also going to be aware, or you're going to become aware of an important adjustment that you're going to need to make, and it's going to be connected to some kind of a planning, and it's going to be connected to some kind of traveling as well. It doesn't have to be It's just the planning, and then the planning part of the plan this week, it's also going to be some kind of traveling. It's going to become absolutely obvious, and that in itself, it's also just remember, it's just you're going to become aware of the certain things that you're going to need to do that are just like that cannot happen like overnight type of thing. But then again, you're really going to be enjoying this process. This is the beginning of the process that you're going to have, but it's going to lead towards a very, very important part of your life, and it's just going to every fiber of your being, it's going to be speaking to you. Your spirit is just going to be very enhanced and highlighted. So when that happens, then we find the strength and power to carry on with the specific parts of our life that normally we would be like, oh, I'm not too sure. But now just something very important, it's going to be guiding you. Something internally, it's going to be guiding you. So it's to do with your passion, and that it's also kind of like really gives you bravery, because you know that what you're doing like next is going to require from from you to be brave, but at the same time it's also you kind of realizing the confidence that it's going to come out of it, the positive energy that it's going to come out of it, the optimism that it's going to come out of it. You just feel, you know, that this is something that you need to do. And even if you're not too sure what this is at the beginning of the week, you know, at around the midweek you will know most certainly, and most importantly, because you will be facing the very specific part of your life, very specific aspect of your life, that it's almost instantly going to make you feel good. It's almost instantly going to bring you that Vauvumish energy. It's like lots of planning and excitement and this and that. Oh yeah. And the more you do this, the more you're increasing your personal energy. The more you're increasing your personal energy, the more powerful you feel. The more powerful you feel, the more you know that you're doing the right thing. So it's all about following that self-esteem, following that courageous energy, following that positive energy, which is most certainly going to point you out towards a very important part of your life. And your answer is going to be where your determination is going to go. Why you're going to feel so determined now suddenly. And then you're going to still kind of like, oh my God, going to come across a bit of an obstacle here by the end of the week. But the answer to that obstacle is, no matter what, the answer to this obstacle actually at the end of the week is your work, you expressing yourself. It's to do with your work, it's to do with your finances, it's to do with the financial situation, but it's most certainly, most importantly, it's with you expressing yourself, okay? And being kind of very careful and very clever with your money. Do not kind of overspend for things that you need, but at the same time be very clever when it comes to your finances. The more you focus on finances at this moment in time, the more safe and secure you're going to be. For this aspect of your life that I'm talking about, you just need to you will become aware of the fact that you need to have a considerate amount of money in order to get where you need to get, and the considerate amount of money you're also going to spend. But also on another hand, this is all going to go pretty much so towards like a future. It's going to go towards the future planning, and it's going to come back, okay? This is all going to be like a one big investment, which is at the same time going to come back at you, but you will be aware of this. But just as soon as you know that, you know, there is a considerate amount of money that you are going to spend, but then you are aware of this already. But your guiding light at the same time, it's going to be the fact that you will know that this is all going to get back to you like 100 times. So it's all about making the right investment in the right moment in time, being aware of that you are going to have to like kind of live with on a considerate amount of money. I'm not saying being broke or anything. You're just going to have to be a little bit careful for a while, just for a little while. But then this is the part of it. This is the part of the process. Sometimes in life we have to do this. We have to invest. We have to give in order to get back. So this is something to remember. But it's most certainly this is the very strong part of your path, and it's also gonna reveal the next step and the next stage for you, because you are going to find out at the same time something quite unusual by the end of the week. You know, someone wasn't as honest, someone new was like a little bit dishonest, but then again, it's just, this is not going to affect you because that person doesn't mean much to you. But then again, you're going to be able to use that you're going to be able to use that information and go to say to someone else who this person is involved with, and you don't like this person being involved with somebody else who mean to you so much. So you will know that I have been a little bit dishonest, because you're going to find out a little lie, and you must say this to that person who means to you so much, because this other person who means to you so much, you know, you need to let them know what you know about this person, because that person and that other person who means to you so much, they I hope this makes sense, but that other person, this person and that other person who means to you so much, they're very close, but you know something, you will find out something, and you're going to need to say to that other person, you know. So it's important, okay? But on another hand, you know, it's just basically by the end of the week, you know, you just really have to follow your intuition. You have to do those things that make sense to you. There is a lot going to be going on, there is a lot going to be happening, but then again, there is going to be quite a certain negotiation that you're going to become aware of. And this is also something I want you to understand. This negotiation that you're going to become aware of, this is where you need to put your foot down. There are going to be quite a few negotiations that you're going to become become aware of, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and this is only the beginning. So you need to protect your power, you need to protect your energy, and you need to put your foot down, because I'm sorry, but it's just like, you know, I think that people are seeing like a goodness, so much goodness within you, and they're going to try to take an advantage of this. So you always put your foot down. Be my gorgeous, cold little Virgolini. You know, put your foot down. It's very important. No, like, oh my God, I'm so angry. No, baby, no. But just be gentle, smile on your face, and just keep going, keep going, keep going. You know, it's about quite a few negotiations that you're going to have. Not only this week, it's going to be one, but then they're going to be quite a few later on. So every single time when you have a negotiation, always 100% full on, just think about yourself and think how you can get the most of it. So this is going to help you with your own grounding, and you're not going to allow anyone else to kind of taking advantage of you as well. Remember, throughout this week, my God, remember, focus is important. Even she knows. You see, look at her. Even she knows here. You see, you see her. See, focus. She's focused. Focus is important, my gorgeous Virgolini. Focus. Sorry, focus is important. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini. I'm going to shuffle these cards and let me see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. My gorgeous Virgolini, let me see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Oh my Lord, surprise, surprise. The grass is greener on the other side. Now, surprise, surprise, surprise. Look at this. This is absolutely brilliant. So beautiful. It's about a new beginning. It's about a new start. It's about the new option, new opportunity. I like this so much. You know, the whole new window, it's about to open. The whole new door, it's about to open. My gorgeous Virgolini. And this is absolutely brilliant. What is going to happen to you from the beginning of the week is just most certainly and most importantly going to change so much in your life. It's about going on the next step. It's about going forward. And most importantly, something that was draining you for so long, the certain problem, the certain issue. This is even so difficult to explain what it was, my gorgeous Virgolini, but something was draining you so much. And you were like stuck in a limbo. And being stuck in a limbo like this just affected you because it started to drain your energy, and then you wake up in the morning, you're still thinking about this problem. You go to sleep, you're still thinking about this problem. What this is a one heavy mama. This is one heavy mama problem indeed. So it's all about that particular problem, that specific problem, something that affected you so much. It affected your life, but there was nothing that you felt that you could do it, and the time went by and there were so many other things happen, and this problem was still there, and now you are finally, after a long time, gonna be able to go forward when it comes to this. And it's not even going to feel bad, it's not gonna be horrible or anything like that. So the major problem that affected you and it just started draining your energy, you couldn't even think about that specific part of your life because it was like so much like, oh no, I can't even think about it. So it's, you know, about going forward so much, but also at the same time, with this energy we have with going forward, and it's so beautiful and green, just also pay attention to the inspirations that you have, you know, because the certain inspirations are going to inspire you, and this is where things are going to become interesting, because you will realize how much you've actually changed over the last 24 months indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, what on earth is going to happen here? You know, I do see a little bit of like just a sad little news that you're going to hear. Something is just maybe not going to go your way, and certain news it's going to make you feel really a little bit sad and a little bit negative. Please don't get like too paranoid or anything scared. It's going to be absolutely fine. You know, this life is not meant to be like, oh yeah, all pink, purple and easy. You know what I mean? Like we have been, all of us, through so much over the last 36 months, you know, so there is so much that people have learned in general, you know, about so much, you know, over the last 36 months, going way deep, you know, and it's just basically it's what my point is, that, you know, I mentioned this before, this life is not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be like all beautiful and gorgeous and easy. easy. It's down to us how we live this life. It's down to us how we see this life. It's down to us how we view this life. It's down to us how we respond to situations in our life that are thrown at us. It's down to us. Always make sure to stay sane. Stay sane by using your mind, by following your intuition. Okay, always make sure. And that way you just kind of like basically you just protect your power, you protect your energy, and also like by just focusing on things that make sense to you, by making sure that you are progressing in life. That's the way to kind of be grounded. That's the way to stay grounded. That's the way to stay centered. So this is why this is so important, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So now I was going to say that you're going to hear a bit of like an unusual news, but it's to do with some kind of aspect of your life that was really worrying you over the last 4 months in particular. So this aspect of your life was worrying you over the last 4 months in particular, and you know what? You're gonna hear this news, and then it's gonna have a bit of like a heartbreaking moment. You're not gonna like it, what you're going to hear. But then again, that in itself is just at least going to make you aware exactly where you are standing, in between you and a certain person, but also in between you and a certain situation as well. So it's to do with a certain situation in your life, but it's also to do with a certain person in your life that was directly responsible for this. On another hand, you will know that basically a lot is going to be answered. Why did you have a certain delays? A lot is going to be answered here. Why maybe the certain person was like a little bit dishonest? Why did you feel like something wasn't kind of right? It's all about the actual, also like a confirmation here. So subconsciously you will kind of, or even aware of this, almost like if you were like kind of worrying that it's gonna get to this particular point. But you know what? Don't worry, because at the same time, this in itself, it's not kind of, as I said, so it's not going to completely surprise you, but you were hoping that this is not going to kind of happen. But then almost what is going to happen after that moment in time, without you even realizing, karmically something will come to an end. So when something karmically come to an end, it means that you kind of like a really already kind of suffered long enough. You've been through long enough, and it's even more so going to create a bit of a hermit moment. Now the hermit moment, you know what it is, it's like a bit of you will feel like you want to be just like kind of by yourself. You will feel a little bit withdrawn. You will feel like you want to spend the time on your own just a little bit. I mean, this can be just one day, for example, or it can be just like a few hours. It really, really depends. Some people have a hermit moment for a few days. Some people have it for one day. Some people have it for a few hours. It really, really depends. So this is going to be followed by you being withdrawn a little bit and just thinking. Now, as soon as the hermit moment happens, then we are part of all sorts of different dimensions. It expands our mind, it expands our energy, it expands our subconscious mind. We find ourselves like a floating within so many different dimensions, and that in itself feeds us with wiseness and knowledge, realizations. We are going from one thing to another and just gently picking up the vibration of the energy of the next steps of our lives without even realizing. So for you, my gorgeous Libra, there's going to be a bit of a hermit moment, and this is going to be such a big mama. So you're going to be so wise here, you're going to be so powerful here, and you're not even going to realize this, because all you're going to think is just maybe want to be by yourself. But now when I'm preparing you, just need to understand that your own illumination is going to be like absolutely mind-blowing big mama, and something is going to come to you, and something is going to come to you out of the blue, and then at the same time some kind of realization, some kind of idea. But then at the same time, in order to go for this idea, you just have to be honest with yourself, and you just have to at the same time see what you are in denial about, because there is something that you are in denial about that you have to be honest with yourself first in order to face this important situation. This is going to be big, this is going to be huge, and as I said, this is already kind of like within the process of the healing that is started from having a little bit of a broken heart at the beginning of this week. It's absolutely brilliant. You're going to know exactly what the next step is going to be in terms of planning. You're going to know exactly which part of your life do you need to be persistent about, and which is going to bring you success. This is all going to become obvious, but also by the time the end of the week comes, there is going to be very interesting opportunity that you're going to become aware of, and that opportunity, it's also somehow going to highlight the certain knowledge, something else that you need to learn about, something else that you need to read up about. At that moment in time, it's going to be magical, because you're going to find out more that you will find out more that you could have possibly imagined. That it's going to open your eyes, it's going to give you an idea, it's going to highlight that particular idea, what I've already mentioned, but at the same time, it's going to give you a wonderful sense of timing. You will know exactly how long is something going to take, and it's not going to put you off. It's all about you knowing what your path is, feeling so good about it, feeling this passion, feeling this energy, feeling this feeling this fire, but at the same time, really understanding and realizing that this part of your life, you very need to be persistent, but also at the same time, you need to be patient, you need to be patient, you need to be patient indeed. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. So I'm going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Libra. Okay. Be the leader of your life. Be the leader in your life. It is time to do what you want to do. It is time to put your foot down. It is time to go forward. It is time to go through something so important when it comes to your life, which is almost immediately going to connect you to the next stage, next steps in your life. But you have to understand, you need to talk as much as you can this week. You need to communicate as much as you can, and also remember how important is direct communication. In fact, the more people you speak to this week, the more people you talk to this week, do not hold certain things back. Be as open as you can. You need to understand that you need to take over the leadership role. So now you're also going to have the sacred wiseness around you throughout the week. So you will understand so much more about anyone else, more than anyone else around you, about the things that you're going to be working on and the problems that you're going to come across. So the bottom line is that you're the one who needs to put the foot down. Foot down. You're the one who needs to put the foot down. It's very, very important to take the leadership role, because no one else knows your life better than you. No one else knows your spirit better than you. No one else understands your soul better than you. Just to remind you. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpio. My gorgeous Scorpio, where are you? Oh my God, of course that you are going to have this like a really very kind of unusual, very kind of strange situation which is going to take place, within the first couple of days this week. It's to do with you knowing that somebody else is around you, knowing that something is around you. I wouldn't be surprised if you are just like kind of sitting down and you're just gonna feel someone touching you on your back, or you can just like kind of sitting down and maybe you're gonna be lying down and you can feel someone is touching you at the back, and then you turn around and of course it's no one there. Well, at least not anyone who you can see, or it's like to do with the power of touch, that you're gonna be able to notice through the power of touch that someone is actually around you. It may not happen within the first couple of days, this week. Maybe it's going to happen within the first 4 days. It really depends on your spiritual journey, but most certainly this week, I would say that you are again going to kind of be very powerful when it comes to your third psychic eye. And I have seen this before with you, my gorgeous Scorpione, and this is nothing unusual because you're so psychic, you're so spiritually open, you're aware of big mamas around you that lots of other signs are not. So to you, this is completely natural. So to you, it comes and then you're super like psychic, you're super perceptive, you're aware of so many dimensions, and then it goes for a while, and then it comes back, and then it goes, you know. But when it comes back, it's just basically, it becomes like a tumble dryer, you know. You're like, oh my god, it's so strong, it's so powerful. You're like inside a washing machine with all this feeling, with all this energy, just feeling this vibration and energy. Nobody can even understand you at this moment in time. This is because you're very deep and you're very complex, and when there is this very highlighted vibration around you, you take it on your own level, you know. So this is why this is nothing unusual, because this is natural to you. You're naturally psychic, you're naturally intuitive, you're naturally an empath. So this is nothing unusual. But what are you actually going to gain out of it? So going back to the beginning of this week, this reading, this week, there is going to be the moment when you're going to feel that someone is around you, and it's going to start with the power of touch. So maybe you're going to be lying down and someone is going to be like kind of touching you, and you're going to be like or maybe you're just going to be like sitting, and then you will feel something. It's going to come through the power of touch. But what you will be thinking about at the time, this is the answer. Okay, what you are going to be thinking about at the time when you feel a little touch, because something is going to be answered to you. Okay, and the way this is going to be answered to you, it's going to come from one of your ancestors. It's going to come from someone who used to be in your life, and someone who is trying to desperately making a connection with you, because they know something that you don't know. They're aware of something that you are not aware with your current situation. Something has been clouded around you just a little bit, with a little bit of like kind of maybe wrong information. And this is the part of the very big, very dark and very complex picture when it comes to the things on the outside that have nothing to do with your life in general. But it managed to kind of like naturally just to kind of like make you to be withdrawn from the part of your life that you should be facing. And this is again nothing unusual. This happens when we are fed with like a wrong information, or when we are constantly fed with negativity and negativity and negativity and negativity and negativity and negativity. There is only so much of the bloody negativity that we can only take over, and sometimes we can be aware of all this, but it can still damage us a little bit, damage our spirit in such a way where there is so much kind of stuck at the back of our subconscious mind, so much information that is absolute rubbish, you know. But then again, it needs to come out, because it needs to come out. You need to get rid of it. Now it's the time, because it's still affecting your spirit and it's still affecting your balance. Why am I saying this to you? Because the spirit is going to come through and to try to let you know at that moment in time what exactly do you need to pay attention to, because it affected your balance, because you're going to be worrying about something like there is no tomorrow, and the spirit, your ancestor, is going to come through, say hello love, hello darling, hello love, you know. It's going to let you know to not give your power away. Ignore the nonsense, ignore the negativity, do not listen to negativity, because the most of the things that you're like kind of maybe that you have been affected by, 97%, 98, 99% of that, it's all been an absolute kind of like a la la land type of thing. So I know it sounds crazy, but I really hope that you're gonna get kind of the most out of it. And even if you don't kind of feel someone touching you necessarily, you know how you can make this very strong connection. It's also like maybe there are going to be other ways the spirits are going to come through. If they don't come through the power of touch, maybe something is just going to move like that, or maybe maybe something is going to move like that, or maybe something is just going to fall off or maybe you're just going to feel like a very kind of the temperature change, like, you know, it just suddenly goes really cold. It's like, oh my god, or you can just like feel someone with the corner of your eye. You look there and there is no one there, and then you just, oh my god, okay, what did I just think about? Oh yeah, of course I was worrying about this, and it's to do with you worrying about yourself, worrying about something and preventing yourself to open the biggest door of your life. The biggest, the most heaviest oak doors. And the more heavier the doors are, the more you have been working for this, the more you have been prepared for this, the more you are going to be excited and happy and determined when you get to this stage of your life. So this is the push that I'm talking about. It's all about that final push, you know, in order to trust yourself and do not kind of give your power to the fake energy. Ignore the fakeness as much as you possibly can. And you will know what I'm talking about, because it's pretty much so affected your life in a bit of like when it comes to the planning. So you just need to unstuck yourself as well. On another hand, you know, you are also, my gorgeous Scorpioni, what else I was going to say, you are also going to see something this week, and I like this so much. At around the beginning of the week, you're going to see something, and it's going to give you such a wonderful idea. And first of all, it's only going to give you an idea, and then it's going to inspire you. This inspiration is going to be absolutely undeniable, because something within you is going to start like pretty much so happening, like in terms of the internal fire. It's to do with your passion, and it's to do with like you not even realizing how much this what you're going to see is going to affect you in the best possible way in terms of planning. It's to do with an idea, but it's very clever, it's very smart. It's to do with like third psychic eye. It's to do with you just like kind of like a giving yourself to this energy and doing the right thing, and recognizing that sometimes, you know, we have to really be as unique as we possibly can in this life. This is the way to be. This is the way to live your life. Be as weird as you possibly can, because the weirder you are, the more successful you're going to be. The weirder you are, the easier you're going to find yourself. The weirder you are, the more passionate you're going to become about your life, you know, because you're just increasing your energy. This is the time when you're going to start increasing your energy like a big mama indeed. This is the time when you're going to start increasing your energy, but also at the same time, oh my God, you're going to feel something in your heart, like, oh my God, like a very strong connection, and you're not going to be able to even explain this or understand this, but by the end of this week, there is a very important conclusion that you are going to have through this, because you will see exactly what part of your life you just cut out and say, bye darlings, ciao, see you. You're going to see exactly which part of your life came to an end, but also at the same time, that in itself, you cut it out, and that is going to bring you an important conclusion that you're going to have at the end of the week. It's going to be completely directly connected to everything that I've actually mentioned so far. It's going to give you the reason to celebrate, really, because it's just drained your life so much. But also you will know that the next 4 months are going to be huge, very important, and very different, and very significant when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpionis, indeed. So it's all about you feeling inspired. It's not only about the conclusion, but it's also about you feeling inspired, about you feeling excited. And when I say that what you're gonna see also, you know, it's all about that idea, which is at the end of the week again going to be highlighted in terms of you feeling very not only inspired but very artistic around that idea. It's going to start awaken you, and you will know that this is the right thing to do. And it's also going to be brilliant, because that moment in time is going to be directly responsible when things are going to start beautifully changing. You're going to start a spiritual domino here. Do you know why? Because they're very important people that are going to be connected to this situation. Not very important people, but yeah, very, very important people are about to start floating in your life, are going to start coming into your life, coming towards your life after this moment in time. This will be very significant, because I'm talking about the people who are meant to be on spiritual journey with you. And also there is going to be a little surprise that you're going to have at around the end of the week. Someone is going to call you, or someone is going to get in touch with you, a really blast from the past, a bit of a surprise. You know, it's going to surprise you, this person. Sometimes in this life, every now and then, there are people that, you know, always we know people who are meant to be in our lives, strong people. But sometimes, every now and then, the certain people are strange and bizarre and unusual. Not evil, not horrible, not weird or anything like that. But they're just like kind of like not meant to be on our spiritual journey. Like this is how we feel. And sometimes we are surprised because they are meant to be on spiritual journey with us. So someone whom you just haven't been in touch for a while, it's really going to surprise you. And the reason why I'm saying that they're going to surprise you is purely because you didn't expect for them to get in touch. But what they're going to say to you, the realization through synchronicity, you will know, oh my God, this is so weird. And they're going to confirm confirm something to you through the actual synchronicity about the timing, so how long is something going to take, but also at the same time about the current path that you're thinking and working on. You will be like, my God, how did you know this? Oh my God, I can't believe, because I'm like blah blah blah. Just say this is when things are going to become very interesting for you indeed. So now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. So my gorgeous Scorpioni, your oracle card of the week is, oh my God, inner peace. Absolutely brilliant. You see this? You needed this. You wanted this. Some you know, very heavy aspect of your life was really draining your energy so much. Whether you realize this or not, for the first time in a long time, you are going to be established. You're going to establish what this is. And the inner peace and happiness that you are going to feel, it's going to be impossible to ignore. So this is for the first time in a long time, you will be able to feel this inner peace, which is going to allow you to think freely. It's going to allow you to think, you know, what you're going to do without taking any stupid considerations that have got nothing to do with you or nothing with you to do with your life. And this consideration that don't make sense whatsoever. This is brilliant, my gorgeous Scorpione, the return of your own power. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to talk about is going to be my gorgeous Sagittarini, but I am going to have a little bit of water, because otherwise I'm going to like, oh my God. Just a second, my gorgeous Sagittarini. I'm seriously drinking water and I'm looking through the window. Oh Lord. So who is next? My gorgeous Sagittarini, Sagittarini. Bam pa 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 da dum do 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 do. Bam 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 ba dum bam ba da dum do 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 ba 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 da da. My gorgeous Sagittarini, this is in between the 29th of March and the 5th of April 2022. Oh my goodness, yeah, keep going and keep going. So interesting that the specific part of your life, what you have been working on, that it means to you so much. What are you currently working on? What are you trying to achieve? Where are you at? Are you trying to look for work? Are you working already? Are you trying to get like some kind of promotion? Are you, sorry, are you trying to succeed? Okay, it is very, are you looking for work? If you're looking for work, this is all relevant. Are you retired? It doesn't matter if you're retired. This is for everyone. Okay, so if you're retired, it doesn't matter. This is to do with the specific part of your life that you're working on, and you need to keep going no matter what. But at the beginning of the week, you are gonna have a bit of like a kind of strange news and strange information, and this is really kind of going to get you worried, and it's going to get you thinking, and it's gonna put you a bit of a downer. It's gonna bring you a bit of a downer. It's gonna make you feel a little bit negative, because you're gonna be like, oh no, this is not working, it's really stupid, oh, this is silly, oh, it's taking too long, I'm dreaming, I'm hoping. No, baby, no, your power is just going to take over. As long as you allow your personal power to take over, you can succeed with absolutely every single aspect of your life, but do not lose your hope whatsoever. In fact, you know, it's actually really good when we have a certain obstacles and challenges on our path, because these obstacles and challenges are part of everything, and they're directly responsible for us making the most of that particular spiritual journey, you know, because by having an obstacle and challenges, you know, we learn more about the current path that we are currently on. So this is important in terms of our own knowledge. So just remember the answer to this, it's persistence. The more persistent you are, the more successful you're going to be. This is important because it's to do with an essence what you're actually going to be going through at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini. You are gonna really have a certain news or information or a message, and it's really gonna get you like, oh God, make you worried. No. Any single information or message that you have that gets you worried about your current path, or I did the wrong thing, you know. So if you're looking for work, you know, just keep looking for work. If you're like enjoying yourself with your job, just keep going, you know. If you are retired, you know, it's to do with a certain aspect of your life that you're wanting to happen, that you're very keen to start, but then there is going to be a message and news that you're all gonna have, which is just gonna make you feel like, oh God, nothing is moving on, nothing is happening. I just want you to stay strong, okay? Stay grounded. Keep your feet on the ground, because you're going to be absolutely fine. This is all part of the challenge. This is all part of the process. In fact, make the most of it. The more worried you feel about your own current situation, the more fear you have, you know, the more negativity you feel, the better it's going to be outcome out of it. The more successful you're going to be about that particular specific part of your life, because this is needed for you to dig a little bit deeper in order to get this persistence in your life going, and in order to feel this vibration, in order to feel this energy. So the universe is absolutely going to find this undeniable to ignore, but because you become very magnetic and you do the right thing. So just keep going and keep going and keep going. And when you stumble upon the moment when you just think, oh, what am I doing? This doesn't make sense. This is not going to work, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry. This is your sign. This is your sign that you are actually on the right path, but you just need to dig a little bit deeper. Just keep going, because you are at the same time about to find out exactly what was missing. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you will know exactly what is missing in your life. But first of all, what is missing on that path? But first of all, you need to break through that particular part of your life through your own persistence, by being persistent. This is what you need to do. So by the time you get to the mid part of this week, it's all about you pretty much so being able to realize, oh my God, it's to do with like you know, being able to realize the exact development that you're on, the exact promotion that is coming into your life. The next step and the next stage is going to be absolutely obvious. By the same time, you are going to become aware of the fact that you can make a really important decision here. You're going to be aware of the fact that you are about to make a really important decision here. And this is the direct result of what is going to be happening at the beginning of the week, because this decision that you're going to make is just really going to make an amazing step towards the next stage in your life. It's to do with your development, it's to do with the next step, it's to do with the next stage, it's to do with your success, it's to do with the financial part of your life, but it's also to do with the future, but it's also to do with like an element of your life that you should be like kind of like a really, it's still kind of missing, it's still relevant. You need to bring it into your life. So it's about a little learning experience also that is going to become obvious, and the learning experience that is going to become obvious by the end of the week is going to come to you in such a way where you're going to be looking at something, and then suddenly in between something you're going to kind of understand something completely different. So in between, like you will be reading in between the lines, and then after that moment in time you are really going to get a bigger picture through a very, very interesting psychic channel. So this is exactly through your own psychic channeling, you know, this is exactly what am I talking about. So you're going to be looking at one thing, reading one thing, but then you're going to read something completely different in between the lines. So this is when your internal calling comes in, and it's also like kind of it's also going to show you exactly by the end of the week what adjustment do you need to make in your life. It's to do with the actual priorities in your life. At around the end of the week, you know, you will see that the certain priorities have changed in your life, but even more so, you're going to become aware of something so important to avoid a certain temptation. You know, be very careful at around the end of the week, because there is some kind of temptation, and I do not like this. Okay, this is something completely kind of not relevant to this, and not relevant to the actual work, finances and things like that, but it's just something else. You know, this temptation, it's like not very good. This temptation, it's like, oh my god, you just have to be very careful. At around the end of the week, you must act accordingly. Because I'm sorry, I know I don't want to be like, oh my god, he's so dark and things like that, but you need to kind of save your life, you know, in such a way. I'm being dark Lala now again, but then again, at around the end of the week, there is some kind of temptation that you're going to feel. Some certain specific aspect of your life, you will know that it's bad, you will know that it's not good, you will know it's negative, but it's just like so strong, but it's going to be so attractive, it's going to be so perfect for this moment in time, but it's just no, baby, no. It's like very devilish, it's very negative, it's very bad, it's very dark, and it's to do with the it's to do with the temptation. So it's to do with an aspect of your life that you feel like kind of a little bit naughty to do, but you know that you're doing the wrong thing, so I would just kind of avoid this. But it's also like kind of devilish, so it's going to come in a form of something very kind of pretty or gorgeous, but then again, beyond, it's just like a worms basically. So please try to see what this temptation is, and above all costs, really try to avoid it. Okay, so now my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, what is going to be your oracle card of the week? Oh, bam bam bam. Da 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 da. Bam 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 bam. You see the opportunity. I don't know if you can see the opportunity. Very important opportunity. It's going to come to you this week, and the opportunity is going to come to you just out of the blue. You will be either sleeping, or you will just go to sleep. At night, very strong, you will be very active at night. It's to do at night. This opportunity is going to come to you. So it's either you're going to go to sleep, and then before you fall asleep, something is going to come to you, or you're going to be dreaming, and then you're going to remember your dream. This one you will remember. Or you're just going to wake up in the morning, and then suddenly something is going to be on your mind, which had a very strong connection with your night and with your dreams and things like that. So the opportunity, it's more going to come in terms of your own, through your own subconscious mind, through the moment in time when you're the wisest, when we are the wisest, when we get the most of it, when we understand our lives from a completely different angle. It's like a God's gift. So the opportunity is going to come to you, and this is going to be really important, because at that also moment in time, something is going to come in terms of your own bravery in order to make a really big step, next step indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricorn. My gorgeous Capricorn is like, oh my god, you know, really something is really gonna unexpectedly take place here. Something is really unexpectedly going to happen here. Something is really going to surprise you. No matter what you try to plan this week, no matter what you think that this week is going to be like, no matter what you're hoping, no matter what you're thinking about, no matter what it comes to, like, you know, like things that you do on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, no baby, no, it doesn't mean absolutely anything to do with none of these things. You are going to find yourself in an element that was completely unplanned, regardless what you think. Okay, even she agrees, you see, even she agrees, you see. So you're going to find yourself in an element that it's actually going to be completely unplanned, and this is important to say, because it's just like maybe you will decide to go like kind of to the shop, do you know what I mean, and then suddenly you'll see this like a person needs help, and then you go to help to this person, and then you end up just somewhere completely different. Or you just decide to go to the gym or something, you know, to work out or run or something, for example, and then on the way to the gym you just like kind of you just like see something, and then see something in the shop, and then you go to the shop, and then you meet someone very interesting, and then you go for a coffee, and then everything changes, you know. So it's really pretty much, so I'm trying to explain to you that no matter what you think it's going to happen, the way this week is going to unfold, it's going to unfold in a completely different way to what you actually think. By the time you get to the end of this week, all these things that I'm talking about are going to actually revolve in you, and revolve in you actually having two very interesting opportunities, two very important opportunities, two very powerful opportunities. Both of these opportunities are going to be as significant, as important as ever. Both of them are going to be as important. This is what I'm trying to say. But going to be the big two opportunities, you know, and they're going to seem really tiny, they're going to seem really little, but they're going to grow into something absolutely enormous later on, because January and February 2023, yeah, are going to have a direct connection with what's happening right now. The second huge step is going to happen then and there. So trust me, you will see what I mean. Going back to the beginning of this week, you know, an unexpected, very unexpected situation is going to take place, and this is brilliant, and I really like it, because, you know, through this unexpected situation, you will be able to understand a certain lie even more. You will be able to understand so much more about a certain lie that you already were aware of, but that in itself, it's also going to make you aware, like, oh my God, you know, this is brilliant, because, you know, very negative aspect of your life, it's actually slowly going to start coming to an end. This is brilliant, and this is now, then and there, this is how you're going to become aware of it, because it's all going to lead towards you becoming aware of a certain compromise. The compromise is going to be absolutely brilliant, but then again, at the same time, naturally, after this moment in time, you will know that you need to kind of like learn up a little bit more. At around mid-week, there is an aspect of your life that is going to be calling you, that it's going to be screaming, that is going to be very highlighted in terms of you learning. You need to learn this. You need to know this. There is something that you need to learn about. There is something that you need to know about, there is something that you need to kind of like really refresh your knowledge with, and this is really important, and it is just out of the blue, it's going to make itself relevant at around the mid-week as well, my gorgeous Capricornians. This is very important part of your life when it comes to you going on the next stage, because something is missing, and what is missing is going to come to you just naturally, just out of the blue. You're going to find yourself also facing like the certain situation, and you will want to kind of know a bit more, because you will become aware of the very strong and solid fact that as soon as you learn more about something, as soon as you read up about something, it's to do with your internal knowledge, you are going to be able to make one of the most important, one of the biggest steps of your life. You will know then and there that the specific part of your life, it's only draining your energy and came to an end, but in order for you to very bravely and safely step forward into your life, there is an aspect that you will need to learn beforehand and become aware of with your own knowledge, and then as soon as you're aware of this, you will be able to cut out a specific part of your life and move on. And even more so, as soon as you do this, as soon as you start this process, as soon as you start reading about something, this is going to really inspire you, it's going to make you feel really good, but it's also at the same time going to really kind of make you aware, you know, often it's going to make you aware, it's going to put you closer to an opportunity, you know, closer towards the couple of opportunities ahead. So you see, you will become aware of all these things, like that there is a specific part of your life you need to cut out, you need to learn and read up a little bit of specific subject here, and as soon as you do this, you're going to open up yourself really beautifully with the knowledge, and you're going to become aware of then and there that you're moving on to something so much bigger and so much better. So this really doesn't matter that, you know, the specific part of your life came to an end, because almost immediately you are going to be facing the situation that you will know straight away that, you know, this is something that you should be doing. You will be ready for the next stage, ready for the next step in your life, my gorgeous Capricorn. So this is why this is going to be so important as well. And also the dark Lala comes to an end, of course, because, you know, you are what is actually going to contribute to all this is going to be at the end. You know what's going to take place at the end. The dark Lala comes to an end, of course. The dark lala comes to an end, and it is just going to be the news, you know, that you're going to become aware of, like the darkness, the sadness, the people not even being people anymore. It's just really weird, you know, there's some kind of weirdness on the outside. It's only going to be kind of highlighted, but this is all about confirmation. You're going to become aware of some kind of wrongdoings. You're going to become aware of some kind of strange people on the outside that are not even like kind of acting like people anymore. This is exactly how you're going to feel. Some very strange, dark and negative energy. Ooh, no baby, no. You're aware of this already, but now there are going to be other things, other aspects that you're going to hear about, and they're going to be so weird, they're going to be so strange, but at this moment in time, nothing surprises you anymore. You're going to become aware of lies, deceits. You're going to become aware of like some very, very strange people, like, my God, what you were aware of before, but it's all about other aspects that are going to highlight this at the specific time of your life, when this is going to contribute towards you just wanting to do things on your own and making the sense out of your life in the way you want to make sense out of your life, not someone else, you know, not the way someone else wants you to make sense. So that situation at the end of the week, it's only going to contribute towards you just having that extra push, you know, when it comes to the next stage of your life. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be your oracle card, my gorgeous Capricornians. And this is in between the 29th of March and the 5th of April. Oh my God, surprise, surprise, surprise. You are going through your personal transformation, and the personal transformation is a big mama. It's like, you know, it's like an enlightenment. It's like an awakening. You know, people think, yeah, enlightenment, yeah, awakening. It's brilliant transformation. But then, you know, it's always when we go through transformation, when we go through enlightenment, when we go through our own awakening, you know, this is not so pretty. It's like we find out what we want to find out. We find out what we need to find out. And sometimes the things that we need to find out, where we want to find out, that is not as pretty as beautiful. They are horrible. They are vile. They are weird. But then again, at the same time, you see, this doesn't surprise me, because you are going through your own personal transformation. And the fact that this is going to be highlighted, these beasts, you know, at the end of the week, basically, it's just like really going to contribute towards you wanting to change your life. So this does not surprise me whatsoever. So if you come across a bit of a sadness and darkness and weirdness, just remember that this is all part of your game. This is all part of your challenge. This is all part of your journey, because you are about to, you know, you are caterpillar right now, but very, very soon indeed you're about to become a butterfly. So this is very, very important time for you. So now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquarius, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, you have no idea how powerful you are. You have no idea how lucky you are. You have no idea how amazing you are. You have no idea how unique you are. You have no idea how strong you are. You have no idea how spiritually intelligent you are, because this is exactly what is going to happen at the beginning of this week. You know, you suddenly, you know, you're going to be worrying, a little bit worrying. You're going to be like a little bit negative. And then this is, you know, the beginning of the week is just going to start like a little bit of a hermit moment for you, hermit mode for you, because you're just going to feel like a little bit withdrawn, and you will want to spend a little bit of time by yourself. This is exactly what you need to do in order to reach towards this enlightenment that I'm also talking about when it comes to you. Because on one hand, you're going to realize a big, massive, huge answer that, you know, where you felt like a complete, like maybe like your hands are at the back. No, baby, and you can't do anything with an annoying problem that was draining your energy over the last 3 months. No, baby, no. You're going to realize that the answer was within you. So this is very important aspect that is going to come out to you within the hermit mode. You're going to just realize something is going to come out of the blue, like an answer to a very difficult and heavy situation that was really confusing you, and now it's just going to seem so simple and so easy. It's nothing unusual, because this vibration and energies are preparing you for the next step. So now this is already starting the process of an unfoldment when you need to establish which parts of your life are really coming to an end. There are going to be two of them. One is to do with your work and your career. It's coming to an end in such a way where now you're ready for the next stage. Now there is so much that it's going to come in terms of knowledge, when it comes to the next step. And another thing is to do with your emotions. You still need to realize that someone is kind of around you who is clouding your mind, who is clouding your energy. Somebody is not who they claim that they are around you, and they have been around you for a while, and you need to wake up. You need to open yourself up and see what is blocking you. Maybe you are kind of really blocking your energy in order to be fully psychic around this person. Maybe there's certain kind of certain addictions can do this, because if we drink too much, or if we smoke too much, or whatever we do, it can actually really cloud our pineal gland, our third psychic eye. It can affect us in terms of energy. So it's always a little bit more difficult to realize where we are. But because you are an empath, you always come on top of all that anyway. Even if there is some kind of a drink and things like that it's maybe overdone in your life, you are aquamarini. You just really you're an empath, so you can see this anyway, but it could kind of contribute towards you not being aware of this specific person. And sometimes when we have a very strong emotions towards someone really specific, it's even more difficult to be honest with ourselves. So you will see why that you have to be honest with yourself, that you did get and you did gain these feelings and vibration about who this person is, but you're still kind of hoping that it's not. Please, this is not really horrible or anything. I know I'm being a dark lala, but I just really want you to kind of realize that you need to still snap out of something. And I remember when I was talking about this in the actual in September 2021. I remember when I was talking about this in September 2021 reading, my gorgeous Aquamarini, that there is still someone who is still holding you. There is still someone who is tempering with your vibration and tempering with your energy. It's almost like you're under some kind of a spell. Okay, so I did talk about it before, and I am kind of bouncing back to that particular situation, which is gonna be obvious here. So it's all about you kind of realizing this. But on another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarini, why also this week is really going to be important, you suddenly, when I said about the hermit moment, it's not only about the hermit moment, but after the hermit moment's finished, at around the midweek, what is going to happen? You're really going to be kind of thinking, and then suddenly you're going to be thinking, you're going to be sitting down, you're going to be by yourself, and then suddenly something is going to come to you. You're going to have a certain specific information that it's also kind of going to even more make it interesting for you what you're going to be thinking about. The specific information, it's really kind of going to give you food for thought, because beforehand, this thinking moment that you will have, there is the information that you're going to have before that thinking moment. So you're going to get kind of into thinking moment with an additional kind of information, and then suddenly, oh my God, someone who is very close to you, it's going to be playing an important role here, like a family member. They will tell you something, at around that time, and that is going to make you realize, it's going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you aware of the fact that you are actually ready to leave the specific part of your life. You will know what part of your life this is. This is so important, because now, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, you are going to realize that you are prepared for one of the most exciting and most powerful and most significant stages of your life. You're going to become aware of this at around the mid-week indeed. So you've got everything that you need. You gathered so much over the last 7 to 8 months, and let alone over the last 46 months. You've gathered so much information, so much energy. There was so much that happened in your life that you had to juggle with when it comes to your work, feelings, emotions, when it comes to family. There was so much that you had to juggle, and you know what? Now this is your time. This is your time, and the beginning of your time, of the new door that are about to open, are going to become obvious when you realize realize, that, you've got like everything. You've got the necessary experience. The bottom line is you've got the necessary experience, the necessary knowledge to make one of the most important decisions of your life. Because what you're going to find yourself at is the challenge by the end of the week. It's the goal. It's you facing a certain goal. But at the same time, you're going to be thinking, oh, I'm scared. Oh no, it's going to be wrong. It's a wrong time. It's wrong this. It's wrong that. No, baby, no. The goals ahead that you will find problematic at around the end of the week, you will do really well. You will be very successful at. You will be very successful at, like, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to financial situation, when it comes to you feeling really happy, when it comes to you feeling really content. This is the process that is going to literally change your life one step at a time, and it's going to bring you like one of the biggest accomplishments of your life in terms of finances, in terms of luxury, in terms of you achieving something so solid and so important. So when you face the situation, when you think, oh no, I'm not too sure, no, baby, no. If you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. Just remember, now it's time to jump, my gorgeous aquamarinis, indeed, because the challenges that you are going to face are going to be very successful. This is what I want to say, not just successful, but super successful, because they are going to bring you one of the biggest accomplishments of your life. You're going to feel so proud of yourself, and the people who mean to you so much are going to be so proud of you as well. Important, so much indeed. Okay, so now my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card in between the 29th of March and the 5th of April. Okay. Oh, bam, ba da 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 dum, bam, bam, do 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 do. Look at this, my gorgeous aquamarini. It's a gateway. The new door is about to open. You've got a gateway, so you can't go wrong no matter what. The only wrong thing that you would do at this moment in time is to not to go through, to not to go forward, to not to take the opportunities that are gonna be delicious here anyway. So that's the worst thing that you can do. Just stay, like, be stationary. No, baby, no. If you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. This is a clear sign that the new gateway, it's about to open. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Pisces, but I'm going to need to drink a little bit of water because otherwise it's like, oh my god. Bye, 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 Pisces. I'm looking through the window. Oh Lord. Okay. This is my water. La 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 la. Oh dear Lord. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Pisces, Piscelini, and it's in between the 29th of March and the 5th of April 2022. And basically, you know, this is brilliant because you are going to feel very strong this at the beginning of the week. You're going to feel very passionate at the beginning of the week. You're going to feel very confident at the beginning of the week. You're going to feel very courageous at the beginning of the week. And you're not going to be able to understand and explain where these feelings and vibration is coming from, and this is nothing unusual because it's the 29th of March when this week is starting, so the actual April is going to be mind-blowing in terms of the actual energy. But you, my gorgeous Piscelini, are going to be able to feel this vibration and energy already, and at the beginning of this week, you know, at around the 29th of March, you know, you're already going to feel on the 29th of March, the beginning, before the actual April, I mean before the 1st of April obviously is the 29th of March, the actual day when you're going to start feeling this very powerful energy of the actual month of April, because month of April in general is bringing us this very powerful energy, the energy of change, the energy of rejuvenation, the energy of healing. You know, the nature is changing, the air is changing, we are changing, everything is changing. If you want to do things, you know, if you want to start things, if you want to begin things, if you want to test things, if you want to look for the opportunities, I mean, this time of the year, it's absolutely brilliant important, especially when it comes to you, my gorgeous Pisces. You're gonna get the most of it because your energy in general is very, very powerful. It's very strong at this time of the year. So you naturally project so much more that you normally project, and you're noticed by the people in the best possible way that you want to be noticed by. So you can also use this into your advantage throughout this week. If you want to discuss something, if you want to talk about something, if you want to inspect something, if you want to prove your point, if you want to put your foot down, if you want to be noticed, okay, if you want to think about a certain promotion, if you want to do something big and something important, you should do it this week, because your energy is just going to go so much further. There is so much that you can actually get and gain out of it, my gorgeous Pisces, as long as you go with this vibration, you know, and you always get a candy at the end in such a way where you also get like a reward, where you find out specific things about yourself, like and it kind of takes your focus to a slightly different direction, you know. And this comes directly from us allowing ourselves to kind of like, yeah, just explore when we feel the need to explore. Throw yourself into opportunities when you feel the need to throw yourself into opportunities. Just remember, this life, it's like basically not meant to be easy, but we are the ones who are holding the ultimate power, no one else. And it's absolutely remarkable, the power that we have. But what is also remarkable is the fact how easily and how quickly we can also give our power away. And it can happen through the power of negativity. So the more negativity you kind of focus on and listen to, the more it's going to kind of be tampering with your personal power. So you see, this is something that I need to say to you. But then on another hand, from the beginning of this week, you're going to feel like you want to make a certain change. This is what I'm talking about. This is when this vibration is going to kick in, because from the beginning of this week, you're going to feel like suddenly bored with a specific part of your life, like change. You will feel the change. You will want to change. You will want to have this change. This change is going to be absolutely imminent. And the change is coming from the fact that you are just like kind of absolutely bored with a certain aspect of your life. And it's not only about being bored, but recognizing how much is this big mama karmically been draining your energy completely unnecessarily, because it's to do with the waiting game. But you know what, Pisces, the waiting game is now absolutely over. The time is to move on with your life. Start moving on with your life. This is important, because it's all about this very heavy aspect of your life that started making you really bored. It's really heavy aspect of your life that made you feel like really bored, because you know it's draining you. It's not meant to be there anymore, but there is nothing that you can do about it. There was nothing that you could do about, because you were waiting maybe for things to change that are completely out of your power. So it's all about getting to click with things, you know. It's all about getting to terms with certain things, but also really giving the maximum power to ourselves only, and realizing that we should never give our own power away. And this is something that is going to become absolutely imminent. But anyway, so at the beginning of the week, you are going to feel this strong feeling, you know, that you want to change this specific part of your life, and it's pretty much so to do with you not being able to start new beginnings, start new paths until you get rid of this part of your life. So it's all about, it was also very highlighted over the last 8 months. This part of your life was really affecting you. So it's just going to feel very delicious, you know. It's all about the change. So it's all about the change. It's all about the change that you will feel. But at the same time, it's going to be highlighted, this aspect that you became very bored with. And then you're going to realize then and there that you should cut out this aspect of your life. You should move on. But at the same time, as soon as you do that, this in itself, it's already going to start the process of change, the process of your own rebirth, the process of your own development, you know, towards this part of your life that you want to develop. This in itself, it's really going to point out 2 very important opportunities couple of days later, and these opportunities are going to become evident at around the midweek indeed. On another hand, it's like, oh my god, at around the midweek, you know, you are going to be challenged by the certain people, and I don't like this at all. You're going to be challenged by the certain people, and these people have been like have kind of long gone. You know, there's something not right with these people or one person, but it's connected to the group of people, or it's one person or it's a group of people, and you're going to be challenged, and you're just not gonna like it, because you are going to become aware of something that these people are not aware of, but they have been so misled, that they are so far gone, that there is absolutely no point to go into any discussion whatsoever. Here you will learn something really unique about yourself, but also here you will learn the power of preserving your own kind of energy and your own sanity, but not kind of talking about certain things with the specific people who absolutely don't mean anything to you. You know, you have a conversation, but you just talk about, oh, the sky's blue, yeah, the weather is really nice. You know, you just learn, you know, with this life, you know, which aspect to kind of like come up with and talk about, and which aspects to avoid, because I can see that, you know, there is someone who's going to be challenging you only because you said what you think, only because you expressed yourself, and that in itself, it's like, oh my God, you know, it's going to make you feel like a little bit bitter, you know, it's going to leave a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth, but it's also going to be playing an absolutely massive giant role when it comes to you moving on with your life. On one hand, something really big is going to happen here, then and there, because you are going to realize how wise you are, but at the same time, this is going to be an absolute like moment, like, oh my God, when you will really want to step towards that change that I'm talking about, and these people are going to play an absolutely giant role, because you will not want to associate yourself with people like this, with a person like this, and you will not want to associate yourself with the people who have this way of thinking. So this is something that was still kind of holding you down, but then at the same time, it's also going to kind of like really give you that, yeah baby, that push when it comes to the actual next step in your life. This is brilliant, because, you know, this in itself is going to start a process of transformation, and suddenly it's going to kind of also kind of going to lead towards you wanting to change things around you. And I mentioned this so many times, that our immediate environment is so important when it comes to our personal energy, because as soon as we start moving things around when it comes to us, you know, we become very magnetic, and we are sending this very unique energy to the universe, and in return the universe showers us with like a powerful energy of thinking, of knowing, you know, which kind of directs us towards the inspiration that we should kind of be directed towards. So we do get like a bit of a reward in return through our own magnetic energy, but doing something that we really enjoy at that moment in time. But at the same time, we are creating our future without even realizing, because that in itself, you know, while you're tiding, I know it sounds really weird, but while you're tiding at around the end of the week, while you're moving things about, suddenly a certain opportunity is going to come to you, just come to you out of the blue, something that you thought about before, something that you were thinking about before, but this is going to be highlighted with this wonderful energy. I know it sounds really bizarre, but it's most certainly, most importantly, this is going to happen. This opportunity is so important. So it's something that was on your mind before, and it's going to be highlighted through this powerful process while you're kind of changing things around you. But it's most certainly going to kind of make sense in a completely different way, in a completely different light after everything what you've been through, and at the same time you're going to feel so much powerful and so much courageous, and this is all kind of an important part of the actual enlightenment. This opportunity is going to be absolutely everything, but it's going to require from yourself to be yourself like 100%, because as soon as you kind of get hold of that opportunity, you're going to leave so much negativity and very kind of negative life behind. Okay, very important indeed. So now, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. What is going to be an oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Pisces, and it's in between the 29th of March and the 5th of April. Oh my Lord, surprise, surprise. You are about to move on. You are going forward. You are going on to the next stage. You are going on to the next step of your life. There is so much that is going to start making sense to you after this moment in time. This week is going to be primarily responsible for you going forward in your life in a big way, in a huge way, in a massive way, because you have been prepared for this moment for a long long time, but also things that are going to happen, things that are going to take place by the end of this week are actually also going to kind of make you feel even more courageous. The new door about to open, the new gateways are about to open. You're most importantly going forward. What you're going to do and what you're going to decide this week is going to be big, and it's going to change your life forever. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you all. Bye.